I remember, I believe this is right when COVID started. Tim and I were talking. We started the show probably mid-March, late March. That's when I guess COVID became official. I wore a jean jacket. I'm looking at the screenshots right now. I wore a jean jacket, a button-up dress shirt, and a freaking tie. I guarantee you, I have not worn a tie since that day. And I won't again on the show unless we have someone super famous and I want to look like a complete tool and to like cop out and just be like ridiculous. I mean,
rock on.
I would wear a fanny pack that day or something. Like, I don't know.
Like black.
But it is interesting to look back at those things. And like, as I'm scrolling through, Erica McManus, she'll be a guest on again. And we look through your history. That's important. Half the time you forget you even did the damn thing. You're like, do we interview that person? Like,
yeah.
And though, like, people just need to like get over that. They need to stop trying to be famous, because famous doesn't mean anything, right? Like, oh, hey, you're famous. Does that mean it's helping you get closer to that end goal? And if it doesn't, then who cares? But it could be a thing that helps you get closer to that goal. But like the fame aspect of it is something that I don't understand why people are so stoked about it. Also, like the hairstyles of Tim and I. Tim's are basically the same every week. But like my beard is either really big or really small, and my hair is like all over the place. Like it's fun looking back.
I think the fame thing is kind of funny too, because it's like, the Rival Digital podcast, it is starting to pick up, and like people are starting to say like, oh, I love your show. We listen to it all the time. We're being invited. We've been invited to Service World Expo. We've also been invited to Epic, which is in Las Vegas. We had to turn that one down though, because like we had something else going on.
Oh,
but it's like, you guys think that I woke up one day and was like, I'm going to become famous in HVAC marketing. I'm going to become. No, we offer a service to our clients and other HVAC contractors, and we decided that we wanted to start, instead of writing blog posts, which takes up forever, just interviewing other HVAC contractors and asking them, hey, how'd you grow your business? What are you doing? What worked? What didn't work?
That's interesting, because when I started, so Zach Miller says before that it was called the 1004 Show, and the reason was that I started, it was because it was like, okay, we have these clients and I want to give them another avenue to market them by interviewing them. And so that's basically what I just heard you say. And when Tim and I started this show, it was, hey, this traumatic thing is going on in the world. Let's be a positive, a positive thing to them during this time. And it's interesting how very quickly we stopped talking about COVID, because it's like, it's a question that we ask, right? Like, is there anything about COVID that we can talk about? And COVID was the reason why we started this thing, basically. But yet, we don't really talk about COVID. And we didn't really for a long time in that.
More, and it's still a question when we send something out for people, hey, what do you want to talk about on the show? And now, more times than not, people are like, no, I don't do anything COVID related. So
is that because you think that they just pivoted off of it and figured it out? Like, what do you think that reasoning is? Either of you can answer.
Well, if you had asked me a couple of weeks ago, I'd think that we turned the page. However, who knows what? I don't know if I can say that now.
Yeah, I closed the book. Come on.
No, I did too, but other people, they're flipping pages back to start this thing all over again.
I want to reread a certain chapter.
Speaking of which, I saw you were trending on Twitter last night, Tim.
Was I? Yeah, I did. It happens so often. I lose track.
It wasn't you. It was that other guy in Ohio.
Yeah. Who's been directly involved within the startup community for almost a decade, I want to talk to you about a serious pain point. Spending a ton of time trying to understand the business landscape in the 757. That's time that should be focused on growing the business. At StartWheel, we're here to help you by compiling all of the news you need to know about in one place. Now there's no need to search multiple websites. Just head to startwheel.org and see for yourself. That's startwheel.org.